Said I wouldn't make it, they laughed at my dream. Every move I made felt like swimming upstream. But yesterday I met a fan, eyes full of belief. In their gaze I saw the end to my grief.
Doubt didn't win, trust began. Looked in the mirror, saw my biggest fan. Heart beats like a drum, fight through the span. Kept on pushing, now I'm the man.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I saw myself alive. I put in all the hours, climbed out from the dirt. They dissed and dismissed, said I'd always get hurt. Met a fan so loyal, reflections don't lie. My biggest supporter is just me in my mind.
Through the noise and shadows I held my ground. Bumps, bruises, broken, no comfort found. But that fan smile turned my world around. Now I'm rising sky high above the sound.
Doubt didn't win and trust I began. When I looked in the mirror, saw my biggest fan. Heart beats like a drum, fight through the span. Kept on pushing, now I'm the man.
From the ashes I flew, they can't dim my flame. Every mocking voice only fed my aim. Yesterday showed me it's not just a game. Cause in my reflection I found my name.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I'm the man.
From the ashes I flew, they can't dim my flame. Every mocking voice only fed my aim. Yesterday showed me it's not just a game. Cause in my reflection I found my name.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I'm the man.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is another Monday, another week, another opportunity to be great, to be awesome. I'm Teco Druff. We are Engineer Twin. This is the Coffee and Kata morning show where we get to work, right? I already had my cup of coffee. We're going to be working on our large language models. We're going to be signing up officially for Perplexity, getting the API key, integrating that into our content creation workflow assistant, all that good stuff. You know how we do here. Quick announcements. We are going to be premiering Candid Conversations at noon Eastern time today. It's going to be a pretty interesting one. I am going to go a little bit into some historical context about me and, just why my mind is wired the way that it is. I'm weird. I'm crazy, all that good stuff. But I get things done. All right. So you'll see a little bit of insight. You'll see. If you look at the thumbnail, it is crazy. But that is who I was. But we are here. We cannot focus on who we were. We have to look at and continue to focus on to who we are becoming. All right, so that's going to be at noon. Join me. I'll be in the chat, all that good stuff. We'll have a great grand old time. Tomorrow night, we're going to be going live for our tech Q&A. If you have any questions, feel free to call in. You can email me your questions. You can ask in the chat, whatever. You can ask in the Discord, and I will make sure to answer it live on air. All of that good stuff, all right? Any other announcements before we get started? Nope. I mean, after this show, go over to Tech Music and get some inspiration, some motivation from David Goggins himself. With our David Goggins playlist, it's going to be ending around a little afternoon, and then we're going to be starting our work music afterwards. Also, I do need to work on that. I do need to work on the different playlists, soft rock, jazz, all that good stuff. But those are not my areas of specialty, so we'll figure that out. We will figure that out, right? But with that being said, let me start the timer. Let me start the timer first, and then we will get to work, all right? So timer started, 45 minutes. Let me say hi to my dear friends in the chat. We have the one, the only Roxy in the building. Says good morning, Techo Drop. Oh, it never fails. It never fails. It never fails. Hold on, let's fix that real quick. This should just be part of the show. Fixing the chat overlay. Let's see. All right, there we go. It says good morning, Techo Drop. Good morning, Roxy. How are you doing today? Hopefully everything is going well. And Roxy says mirrors don't lie. That is the fact. You know, I'm gonna throw one of these on there.
Message.
That is true. Mirrors don't lie. And I like mirrors because it reveals to you where you're really at and what you need to do to get better. I know some people, they look at, I don't want to look in the mirror. I don't want the data. And I'm like, no, you need the data in order for you to get better, right? Don't run from it. Embrace it and embrace the change that comes along with it. And Roxy says, big bag of chips went in the trash. There we go. In that thumbnail picture, they went in my belly. But anyways, all right, let's get started with the show. All right. So we're going to be, like I said, we're going to be signing up for Perplexity. We already signed up an account, but we're going to be getting some API keys. We're going to integrate it into our content creation workflow. You know how we did it for Claude, how we did for Gemini. We didn't have to pay for API key for Gemini yet. We might end up upgrading at some point. We have it for OpenAI. We're going to get it for Perplexity because I like how Perplexity is up to date with this information. And then we'll go from there. Let me see. Also, the app that the Tech Barbarians are building, I was working on it to integrate Gemini. We're starting off with Gemini. We're gonna have all sorts of large language models in there, but started integrating that with Gemini to see how that's going to work. We have our first official sprint review for this new project coming up on this coming Sunday. So we'll be displaying what we've done so far. It's gonna be very, very basic, but if you're interested in seeing this sprint review, join the TechoDrop Patreon at techodrop.dev, and you can join us for our sprint reviews every other Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern time, and see what we're up to. All right. With that being said, let's get to work. Let's go over to the screen over here. And, oh my goodness, let me get rid of our stuff from yesterday. And let's put our stuff from, let me get rid of that one. And we will do cleanup on aisle 4. Let's go with that. And we can get rid of this one. Perfect. All right, cool. So with that being said, we are going to be, I'll copy it over if we have to switch screens. All right, but we are going to be getting into signing up for Perplexity. Let's see. Let me search for Perplexity API key. All right, so let's go over here. We were here the other day, but let's take a look at that. We're gonna have to sign up for. To purchase some API keys. Let's see the pricing. It says Sonar Deep Research, $2 input tokens per million tokens, reasoning tokens per million, $3. All right, I'm not. Let me see detailed price. So let's take a look at the token pricing. We are going to be doing a presentation on tokens for AI and large language models. See how those tokens work. I haven't looked into it much yet, but I think that's going to be very, very important to understand what exactly we're paying for, because when we sign up for the API key and all that, we are actually paying for the service that we're getting. So getting a better understanding of the tokens and how they work is going to help us make better decisions. All right. So let's see. Input tokens are priced at $2 per 1 million token. Input tokens comprise of prompt tokens, user prompts, citation tokens. These are process tokens for running searches. Search queries, deep research runs multiple searches to conduct exhaustive research. Searches are priced at $5 per 1,000 searches. A request that does 30 searches will cost 15 cents on this step. Interesting. Reasoning tokens. Reasoning is a distinct step in deep research since it does intensive automated reasoning through all the material it gathers during the research phase. Reasoning tokens are a bit different than COT tokens, or COTs. What is a COT? What is a COT token? Or what is a COT? Did they mention COT over here? Is COT citate? I don't know. What are they? Why are they using acronyms that they're not? Okay. These are tokens. These are tokens that we use to reason through the research material to generating the output via the COT token. The COTs, all right. Reasoning tokens are $3 per 1 million, and output tokens. Output tokens, completion tokens are priced at $8 per 1 million. Total price, your total price per request finally is sum of the 4 components. That seems like it's gonna drive up the price, but okay. I guess the detail breakdown is the same thing, but just more expensive for this one. All right, cool. All right, so with that being said, let's go and let's see. So API settings, and we need to sign up for it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go to full screen while I do that. And let's get our trusty card out to sign up for Perplexity's API token so we can start integrating. To me, like I always say, the best way to learn is to actually use it. So you're gonna have to invest a little bit in yourself. So if you have to put in $25 into these AI companies so that you can actually get some hands-on experience, then that's gonna be awesome. Because guess what? I could easily take this application, even though it's in Jupyter Notebooks and that's not where my final destination for it. I can easily take that and show it to somebody. Oh, look what I created for XYZ purposes, and it's done. I've used it like every single day since I've created it. Like, oh wow, that's impressive. What did you do for this? And I'm able to articulate it using it as a actual like a way to market myself, right? So that's why I think that it's very important to invest in yourself, getting familiar with Perplexity, getting familiar with Claude, getting familiar with Gemini, getting familiar with OpenAI. If we can tap into Grok or Grok, whatever they call it on X side of things, then we're gonna maybe we'll look into that next as well, right? I'm not sure if we can because I know Grok is like behind some type of potential some wall or something like that, but we'll find out, all right? So let's go ahead. I'm submitting my card details over here. And let's see what happens. All right, so we are added. I'm going to buy some credit. How much credit do I want to buy? I don't know. Let's do $15, right? All right, so I think I can. Well, I'm just gonna click on buy. I don't know what it's gonna show after this, so gotta be careful. All right, so let's click buy, and I'm going to say yes. All right, so here we are. I can show the screen. So we have a pending purchase of $5, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go and generate my API key. Please add credit. So let me go refresh this page. See if my $15 went through yet. Cool, awesome. So we have available $15. So next up, I'm going to go off screen to generate the API key because I don't know if it's going to display it on screen, and then we're gonna have to delete it and create another one and all that madness that we always have to go through. So I'm gonna go off screen for now. Let's go like this. And I am going to open a terminal so I can actually add my API key once I get it generated. CD and we're gonna do vim.env, and I'm gonna go down over here. I can't show these API keys, so bear with me while I update this. And I'm going to call this API key Perplexity API key equals. All right, so now I'm going to go and generate that API key. I wish I could show you this, but I cannot. All right, got that in there. And let me copy the prefix of it. And I will put that. All right, cool, perfect. All right, so now we have our API key generated. I'm gonna go back to the, just want to get this off the screen. That's interesting. So one thing I just noticed about Perplexity, right? They, once you log in, like they don't hide your API key from you. Most places that I've seen, they will mask the API key with asterisks and stuff like that, show you like maybe the last 4 digits or the first 4 digits or something like that. But Perplexity is just it's just showing everything. It's just like, it's just exposing your whole API key. Like what the? But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. So let me get out of here. And so let me go home so I don't share my API key. All right, so let's go back over here. And we are going to go to back to our content creation thing. And we're going to say, we're going to do one of these for Perplexity. Let's put it, this is Gemini. Let's put it, why do I have this here? Get client. Oh, okay. So let's drop it right in. I'll put it after Anthropic, right? So let's go to insert, and we're going to say load. So I'm going to put a comment in here for set Perplexity API key, right? I'm going to say Perplexity equals, I probably need the documentation. I probably need the documentation. However, if I click, let me see. Let's do, I think it's here. All right, so we're here. Let's go to make your API call. All right, so there we go. So for Python from OpenAI. Oh yes, I now remember they're using OpenAI. So basically we're going to be doing the same thing that we did for OpenAI, but we're going to be passing in our Perplexity API key. All right, so let's set up our Perplexity API key in here. So we're going to say, not this one. We're going to follow this guide over here. So we're going to say here, load dot env override equals true. And we're going to say Perplexity underscore API key equals os.get env. And then we're going to say, what did I call it? I just copy and paste that. We got that. And then we are going to say, copy this whole thing right here. But instead of Claude API key, we're going to say, if not Perplexity API key, no API key was found. And then we're going to say, this can't be right. I think something's wrong. I think there's a coding issue in here, but we're not worried about Claude right now. We'll go here, here, here. And the prefix for Perplexity API keys seem to be this right here. So it's saying, if not Perplexity API key, no API key was found, please head over to troubleshooting notebook. All right. If not Perplexity API key starts with PPLX, then print API key was found, but it doesn't start with PPLX. Check if you're using the right one, and if it says it's found, like if it has like spaces and stuff like that, it was found, but it looks like you might have a space or tab characters at the start or end. Please remove them. And if everything else goes well, it says that it was found. All right, so that is the key for that. So let's go ahead and let's load in the Perplexity API key. And API key was found and looks good so far. All right, next up, we are going to go to, we're going to be actually setting the client for Perplexity. So we'll just do it right above Gemini, no biggie. Let's go over here and we're going to say, all right, so we're going to say set Perplexity client, and I'm going to put in parentheses, uses the Open AI library. All right, so do we? Let me see if we have the Open AI library to use as a guide. We could just use what they have on their documentation, though. Where is the Open AI one? So we have this. Open AI. Okay, whatever. So let's take a look at this, and it says from OpenAI, import OpenAI. So we already have all of that. Let's go to. We already have our message and everything set up, so we're going to go over to here, and we're going to copy that into here. And this is going to be Perplexity API key. Base URL, and that's going to be our base URL right here. All right, next up, we're going to say I'm not crazy about streaming, so we're not going to put the streaming. And we'll put here. And we'll go to here. So we're saying response client.chat.completions.create model Sonar Pro and messages, and then print the response. Let's take a look at the all right, so there goes that. We're gonna have to put this in. Let me go here. So I'm gonna call this instead of client, I'm gonna call this Perplexity. So we're setting everything up over here. So I'm gonna take this out, and I'm gonna do enter. So that is set, and now I'm gonna go down into here. I'm gonna say define the function for request to Perplexity message, and now we're going to say message equals. Let's get rid of response over here. So message equals client.chatCompletion.create model Sonar Pro messages. And the one for OpenAI should return the same. So it should pretty much model this right here. Let's take this message right here. Because Perplexity works the same way, right? So we have that, and then we have should return this, right? So let's see what actually happens here. So I'm going to submit this one. Oops, my bad. All right, let's try submitting that again. All right, so that took it. Next up, we're going to scroll down some more, and we are going to go to perplexity equals perplexity. And if the provider is perplexity dot value request to perplexity. All right, so let's have that. So remember before we would have to go and update all of these. Now we only have to update, we have to create the new provider, and then we just need to update, we should only need to update this method to add a new provider into it. So if we actually go down now, the moment of truth, if we actually go down to, let me see, let me get a, do I have a video coming out that I need to get? Let me get a description for one of my videos, right? Let's go to, see what this video is about. All right, so I'm gonna get a description about acceptance criteria, right? I'm going to drop it right here so we don't have to scroll up and down. Say generate, and we're going to say answering the question about how and when to update acceptance criteria in a user story that might be unclear, right? And I'm going to do comma. You guys remember comma, and we're going to say perplexity. I should just call it perp because perplexity, you can get a typo with perplexity. All right, so let's go enter, see what happens. All right, so says we have an error. What is our error? You failed to provide a supported provider. Did I have a typo in perplexity? Remember I said you might have a typo in perplexity. Let's see. I thought, let me see. So let's go to perplexity is good. Let's go to perplexity. Make sure that's what I typed, but this one is also good. Maybe I need to, did I? Hold on. All right, so that's what I have already. So it's saying that there's an error in generate content, generate title, request to perplexity. Return request to perplexity. Client is not defined. Oh, okay, I see what it is. All right. So because I changed the name to perplexity up here, it's looking for client, but it should just be called perplexity, right? So this would be perplexity. All right, so we updated that. Now let's try to run this again. Let's see what we get. But that, yeah, making those updates and those modifications the other day made it a lot quicker to get here. All right, so the name response is not defined. Okay, so let's go back to that. Message. That's why. I'm gonna call this response. Let's call that response. There we go. So that's so it's just like because and that's why I don't like to copy and paste code that much because you're not really following the context of what you're copy and pasting, and you miss a lot. You end up missing a lot when you do that, right? But we updated it. Let's see what we get now. Look at that. Now we are using Perplexity to generate our content creation metadata. We get the explanation. It uses the first person I. It has two impactful words in caps, regret and not, all that type of stuff. So I think for some situations, getting that information is helpful. But I think like in other situations, it is not the most helpful because you don't care, right? Like for me, I don't really care about all the reasons why you did that. I just really want I just want to get the content generated. But now let's say I'm trying to learn something. When I'm trying to learn something, then I'll probably want all of that description and breaking down the how and the why and all that good stuff, right? Let me copy. Oops. Let's go. Just copy that while I have it into my workflow here. But let me see. But yeah, you see how we were quickly able to integrate Perplexity into our workflow now. Let's go to let's go here. And where are my keywords? All right, so I'm just updating YouTube real quick with my information. All right, cool, perfect. So now we can look for, let me go back to full screen. Just want to make sure that want to check the API stuff. I'm curious to see how much that cost us. So I can't show the screen because it's showing the API key, but so that one request that we made cost us 14 cents. That cost us 14 cents. So I think we need to do a compare and contrast across all the other providers to see comparing the quality of what's being generated versus the cost of what's being generated to see what's the best one for us to use. For me right now, Gemini's API key is not costing us anything, but it might in the future. But I think I want to say 14 cents in my eyes is a bit expensive, but let's take a look at the description in better detail. All right, so are you a user lacking clarity? Not sure how to update your acceptance criteria. Cool. So, all right, so I would think like this, right? I would probably use Perplexity for current events and news. Like, let's say for our Saturday morning shows and or clips. That might be a better use of Perplexity because it's more up-to-date information. And for general type questions like this, which have like less, getting the metadata might be less impactful, then I'll probably use a Gemini or an OpenAI and stuff like that. Right? There's not as much of a recency need for these type of for like these type of descriptions, but like for a video metadata about a current event, then Perplexity might be the best one in that scenario, you know? So that's what I'm thinking about. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. All right, so we have that integrated. Let me see. Cool. All right, let's go back over here. Something all right, so something I want to look for, how to remove the explanation from Perplexity, right? Let's just do Perplexity since we're talking about right now. To remove the in-text citation explanation when copying answers from Perplexity, you can manually them like via API call. I don't want to stop. Oh, I know what we could do. I know what we could do. We could probably go to the system prompt, right? To our system prompt that says, for the system prompt, I do not return reasons or citations, only the answer to the prompt, right? Let's try that. And I'm going to go back over to, let's see let's do this. Let's do generate. So let's say I clip up the crypto summit that happened at the White House. We reviewed it on Saturday morning. Let's say live stream clip of reviewing the crypto White House summit where President Donald Trump and crypto business leaders met. All right. Let's see what type of description we can get from Perplexity with that, right? So I'm gonna throw in Perplexity here, but then I'll use the same one for OpenAI as well to see what OpenAI gives us. So that'll be a good comparison of the two. Trump's crypto revolution. I watched the White House summit. See, this is very recent, right? President Trump hosts the first ever White House Digital Asset Summit. Crypto industry leaders gather to discuss regulations, innovation, and guess what? It didn't give me all the reasoning explanation behind it as well, so that's awesome. Now that's funny. Now I really want to clip it up because the description that it gave us is so good. During the digital summit, Trump announced several new initiatives, including establishment of strategic Bitcoin reserve and U.S. digital asset stockpile. That is pretty remarkable. You see, now I have to clip it up because this is so. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing though, but I'm gonna do it for. Let's say, can we duplicate this? So, or I can just enter one of these. So let's say this one is not gonna be Perplexity. This one is gonna be OpenAI. Let's see what OpenAI gives us with this one. I want to compare the two, but I love the way that we can easily switch between OpenAI, Perplexity, Gemini, Claude, DeepSeek if we wanted to. Maybe we need to throw in Facebook's Llama in there as well. So look at this, right? So let's compare the two. Join us for an electrifying journey as we dive into the Crypto White House Summit, where President Trump met with leading figures in the crypto world. So that's all that it gives. So that's basically what it's saying. It's trying to make it up based on the description that I put in there of what the video is about. But this one, it knows exactly what it's talking about. So it gives the right name. It talks about about what President Trump announced about the strategic Bitcoin reserve, focus on making America the crypto capital of the world. We don't get that from OpenAI. So from what I'm seeing, we would use Perplexity for current events, for news related stuff, but we would use like a OpenAI, I don't know. We're gonna try Gemini as well, but we'll definitely use OpenAI for not so time sensitive things, general information type things. Let's copy this one again, because I'm curious to see what Gemini is gonna say. All right, let's go here, and we're going to say Gemini. And buckle up, crypto key. So Google takes this whole edgy social media content manager thing very, very seriously, because everything is buckle up, buckle up, buckle up. Let's be different. So we're diving deep into the White House Crypto Summit that sends shockwaves to the digital world. Was this a game changer or another photo op? We're not holding back. See, they're not talking about anything of currency. They're just using something general about crypto to be able to speak about this. So like I was saying, I think Perplexity is probably going to be the way to go for. So now, as we're seeing this, we have in our mind, right? So I'm working on a current event. Let's say I'm going to be clipping up about the PMI and stuff like that, right? A current recent event. So we would say, all right, we're going to use Perplexity to let's do it. Let's do an example real quick. Let's do another example. So, but remember, it can be expensive for Perplexity, but with the level of recency that the information gives you, it's great if you use it at the right time. I would not say use Perplexity for everything, because like using it to generate that description of the video, we wasted 14 cents because we would have paid a lot cheaper for it, because there's no current event related to it. But let's say we say live stream clip reviewing the February 2025 job reports for non-farm payroll. Non-farm payroll. What is the other one called? Unemployment rate. Let's say unemployment rate. And we're going to say that's going to be Perplexity. All right, so let's go and submit that one. And then after that, we'll wrap up the show for today. Like, oh my God, this is amazing. It's amazing. So we'll analyze the non-farm payroll numbers, dive into unemployment rate trends, discuss the key sectors driving job growth, examine wage growth and labor force participation. I think it was Trebek that mentioned labor force participation on Saturday. It says, in this live stream, we're dissecting the freshly released February 2025 job reports from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The U.S. economy added 151,000 jobs last month, slightly below expectations, but still showing resilience in the labor market, right? So all this information is very, very recent. Like as of Friday, as of yesterday, recent, right? So now that makes me want to, God, because of the recency that we can get with Perplexity, it makes me want to actually do more of those clips from like our numbers show, that's crazy. Let's say we do the same thing with Gemini. I'm just curious to see how. I'm curious to see like. See, there's no data in there. There's absolutely no data. It talked about the February 2025 job report, but it doesn't give you any details. Perplexity gives you in great detail what the numbers were in your description. So because it's getting almost live data, you know, so very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. We're gonna have to look into more how they train the model to be able to get the most recent information. But they're probably a lot more expensive than the other providers because of the recency of their information. So you gotta balance it out correctly on which one to use and when's the right time to use it. And that's why I have it built in here that we can easily change providers whenever we need. All right. But yeah, that's about it. That is about it. Let's go to full screen. We're gonna wrap it up for today. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment on the video. We're going to continue with this. We're going to be breaking down tokens in the very near future. I think we've reached our limit on adding these providers. We're going to continue to use them. I'm loving this Perplexity thing on how accurate and up-to-date information that it is. But yeah, so anyways, let's wrap it up. Do me a favor, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications so you know every time we go live and drop new content. Also, techcoachralph.dev. You sign up for a membership. You can sign up for free. You get some content, but if you sign up for Technical Explorer tier, you get access to everything. Get into the Tech Coach Ralph Discord, and we can collaborate together. You can work with other people. If you want one-on-one coaching, then I have that available for you on techcoachralph.dev. Sign up for one of the higher tiers, and we can start working together right away to help you get to the next step. All of that good stuff. Final thoughts, Candid Conversations at noon. Go over to Tech Music and get your day rolling and flowing with our David Goggins playlist. All of that good stuff. But yeah, that is about it. I'm going to wrap it up and get out of here. You guys have an amazing day. We have Roxy saying, great show, Coach. Thank you so much, Roxy. I appreciate you a lot.
I appreciate you.
And let's get out of here. Let's go and take on the day, and let's make it a very productive week. Tech Coach Ralph, we are out.
I'm so tired of being taken advantage of. Haters love when I give, when I'm staying underpaid. But when I'm winning, I'm forgotten. They say I love you, but they're plotting.
Don't scream out that I love you. Show me who you are first. Cause I really hate to trust in you when you end up being so hurtful.
They say it's family over everything, right? Well, to me that really means nothing if they're not loving, no.
And it's family over everything, right? Well, to me that really means nothing if they're not loving.
They are the very ones who know how to break us down, who can put us down in the worst way.
When you scream out that you love me, show me who you are first. Cause I really hate to put up with you when you end up being so hurtful.
They say it's family over everything, right? Well, to me that really means nothing if they're not loving, no. And it's family over everything, right? Well, to me that really means nothing if they're not loving.
Are the very ones who know how to break us down, who can put us down in the worst way.
When you scream out that you love me, show me who you are first. Cause I really hate to put up with you when you end up being so hurtful. They say it's family over everything, right? Well, to me that really means nothing if they're not loving. they're not loving. No.